Who is it not from? Good. No, from my friend it is from him. Not from Don't do a double negative on me. So we were talking with a group of ulama, a group of students of knowledge, whatnot, call them whatever you will, and we're talking about this problematizing. It is a problem, wallahi, it's a problem for any rational mind. What are you going to do with Ya'juj and Ma'juj? It's not an easy thing to come around. And even he was hesitant, but he brought it up. He said, let's look at these traditions again. We see that first and foremost, Ya'juj and Ma'juj seem to be human but not human. You see where this is heading. And they seem to be a race of people that cannot be fought. And they seem to be doing things that are bizarre, drinking up all of this water. That's not, humans can't do that. Mentally, they don't seem to be 100% there when they think they can kill the people of the heavens. This isn't normal. This isn't rational. The regular human beings alive, the followers of Isa, are so terrified of this group that they don't even want to see them. They're fleeing away from them. They will not fight them. The hadith mentions they will not be able to be fought. لا يدان أحد من قتالهم. And he mentions, if you look at the popular imagination of our times, you find a genre of literature and horror movies. You see where this is heading. And he mentions the word. And my jaw just dropped and I laughed. I said, are you serious? He goes, hear me out. Don't call them that word. For those who don't know the word, maybe the youngers can tell them later on. Don't call them that word, but the concept. What if we're talking about chemical warfare, we're talking about Dajjal, we're talking about the bird falling down, things are happening, weapons being unleashed, weapons beyond our understanding. What if the concept is there that these groups of people are human but not quite human? And they're doing all of these things, and everything just started clicking in my head. Check, 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 check. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. You will never find me saying this in a lecture, and here I am in a lecture saying it. But in any case, Allahu A'lam, frankly, it makes more sense than believing that 1 billion people are somewhere in Timbuktu or Zimbabwe or some faraway land. It makes more sense to me. Because Allahu A'lam at the end of time, also, yes, the key point, they shall die the death of one man. How will they get gotten rid of? Allah will send a disease, some type of antivirus, some type of vaccine. I'm just saying what my friend said. Because the hadith mentions this explicitly, does it not? Allah will send something that will get them in the neck, and they will die the death of one person. So when my friend kept on going over all of these points, my laughter turned to a serious contemplation. And I said, but how do we tell the public this? Then I said, I'll just project it onto my friend, which it is true, it is coming from him. And I'll take myself out the picture so that as you laugh at my friend, but the laughter will slowly turn to contemplation, and deep down inside you'll realize this makes a lot more sense than anything else out there. So we conclude by stating that Ya'juj and Ma'juj are a reality. We believe in them because the Quran mentions it. And that these enigmatic descriptions should not cause us doubt, because strange things will happen towards the end of times. Don't base the validity of Islam on trying to understand Ya'juj and Ma'juj. That's ridiculous. We base the validity of Islam on the Quran, on the beauty of Islam, on Tawheed, on La ilaha illallah, on the fact that it answers all the big questions of life. Islam comes with some things that may be beyond our comprehension, such as Ya'juj and Ma'juj. We just have to sami'na wa ata'na, and when it happens, all of these hadith will fit into place, and we will see, oh, I get it, that's what was being referenced here. So in the end, Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. I promised you guys Q&A. Let's open the floor for some very specific questions. Yes, Bismillah. I agree with you that it doesn't make sense that the Great Wall is the Dhul Qarnayn. 100% agreed. Yeah. West and the East. ثم أتبع سببا. Maybe the North Pole. So where's Ya'juj and Ma'juj? Under the ice of the North Pole, but then the cap is melting. So as they melt, maybe this is how Ya'juj Ma'juj are talking about. Global warming is the problem. See? It all comes back to this. Sisters, very quickly, hurry up. Yes, Bismillah. Very good. Excellent point. The Quran mentions the wall. And the Prophet mentioned this thing. And I actually brought this up in our discussions with our closed group that we have of senior ulama. Well, these are the discussions we have, by the way, right? This is what we're talking about, these types of bizarre things. We brought this up in this. And this brother's response, everything projected onto him, I'm scot-free. This brother's response, and he did respond in this manner, was that perhaps there is some type of strain of virus or whatever you want to call it, that it has been trapped up, it has been put away, but it will be released or unleashed at that point in time. And so this is the breaking of that wall, that it will affect a lot of people. Allahu A'lam. Leave it at that. Back to the brothers, yes. What's the significance of external enemy? Because the third request was, oh Allah, let not my ummah fight amongst itself. And Allah said, I'm not going to give you that. So the second was external, the third was internal. And that wasn't given. Final question of the sisters. Sisters, going once, going twice. Yes, Bismillah, go ahead. And final question. Why can't our scholars say these are ayat of mutashabihat? So the ayat of mutashabihat, they have a meaning that is understood and they have a meaning that is not understood. We're dealing with the part that is understood. What do we do? Now, if you want to stop at this and say, I don't want to go beyond this, that's good for you. But what do you do to our 25-year-old college kid who comes and he keeps on saying, what do we do about this? Do we believe in these fairy tales? This is mythology. Would you believe this? What do we do to that young mind? If we tell him, you shut up and don't ask questions, we turn him away. What I'm trying to do is to save the iman of that generation. Alhamdulillah, most of us elders, we have no worries. Alhamdulillah, we're not worried about these things. Whether we understand or don't understand, we know Islam is true. We know Islam to be true. Our younger generation doesn't have that level of iman in the first place. So when these issues come, their iman is not strong enough to overcome. So they say, we're going to reject Islam. So I would rather present an alternative that is somewhat palatable, and they can then accept it rather than they reject Islam. Is that clear? Inshallah, with this we conclude and we'll continue next week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Experience the beauty of Islam and bring happiness into your life with our app One Islam TV. You will have access to a wide variety of interesting documentaries, inspiring lectures, and so much more. Download One Islam TV from the Apple or Google Play Store today.